Hey there, everybody. Shit. Hey. Uh, Today we are going to fuck. Okay. So, fuck. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Garrison Snyder, 9 Lives, 9 Lives EP. So Garrison Snyder is a Rocky Mountain, North Carolina producer, and he's had a big history with all kind of genres like dubstep, trap, electronica, and he's now venturing into different projects altogether. This project, specifically entitled 9 Lives, this is the first release, and it is a self-titled EP. Basically, just getting right down to it, this EP has everything that anybody could want. It has a sense of unity, and it's just a really wholesome body of work for only 6 tracks. Just going through the tracks on my first listen through, I was a little bit, uh, not really confused, but a little bit, what is this? This is weird. It's got electronic, it's got trap elements, very experimental, definitely some. It's a very like verse chorus structured kind of, and it's not like how most electronic music has, a build up and then a drop. It's kind of more like when you have verses and choruses just without words. So it starts out with the track Bed Springs. Right from the top, it goes for about a minute, and there's this weird snare thing, and you get your first hint of what the fuck. And so from there, it finally drops into like a trappish kind of thing. Subtle beats, subtle things. Yeah. So through my first listen, I was immediately impressed with the samples of the drums. Just he doesn't use overused drums. He doesn't use the same samples that you always hear, like really, high pitched, in your face snare drums, and really, poppy bass. He really uses a very minimalistic bass, not too pronounced, but the sub bass is still there and strong, and you can hear it even if you don't have really good bassy headphones. Moving on from Bed Springs, you get the banger track called Gutter Glitter. It just starts with this just banger beat. You get that natural feel to it. He adds all these weird like tinker toy noises and weird background noises and stuff, and he uses all these sounds so appropriately to fit the context of what he's trying to get across. And I really, really like that. The synths are just beautiful, and one of the things that through listening this EP is that a lot of the sounds come back. A lot of the textures come back. A lot of the samples and synth, and it creates, again, that sense of unity that I talked about, and that's what makes this EP really special, I think. And after Gutter Glitter, you get the track Valentine. Valentine has just, again, really nice bass. This is where you first start to hear pronounced forms of the vocals that Snyder has done. He's actually a pretty good singer, and it, again, really, his voice really complements this genre that he's kind of putting together, this really minimalistic, smooth kind of thing. I really liked how he adds in different sounds and different beats, and he kind of changes the feel of the song, but he does it very fluently. I mean, for me, it was very a connected feeling. I would have liked a little more grit on this track. I felt like it could have been a little gritty, just sound wise, and beggars can't be choosers. I can't say much. After the track Valentine, we get to the track Have You, and I say Have You like a question, but the sample that the song is named after is Have You in My Bed, Have You in My Bed, Have You in My Bed. I think it's something like do anything to have you in my bed. I can't really remember the exact word, but have you in my bed is the one that I remember. That sample alone makes the song. It starts with these snaps that have definitely been recorded. There's no reverb or anything on them. A lot of the sounds throughout this song are very subtle and just for color, but the sounds that are actually pronounced, like most of the songs on this EP, really add a sense of danceability, if that's even a word. You can dance to every chorus on this EP, and this song especially. just the "Have You in My Bed" line already is provocative, and then the beat, it has these moments of where it's in your face and then stops, and there are these taiko drums in between. It kind of, in a midpoint of an EP, it's placed in a very good spot. It uses a lot of good tools to kind of rein in the cycle of the direction the EP is going. After "Have You," we get to "If Only." I heard an earlier version of this track before it was finished, and I fell in love with it. But this is a very chill song compared to the rest of the tracks on the EP. It's very relaxed, mellow, and starts with a chill atmosphere and an 808 beat that goes all the way through. The sounds of the guitar are so synthetic. Not synthetic. The sound of the guitar that comes in on this track is so natural. It's a nylon guitar, I think, like a Spanish guitar. Sounds so natural, so realistic. And throughout this EP, you get those moments of, wow, this sounds like real, but it's electronic music, but it works. And that's the cool thing about this whole idea. And I think this mix of synthetic and natural elements really works. It just does. This EP ends with the track "Midnight." Midnight, I think, is a very appropriate way to end this EP. Once you listen to this track, it makes that idea of unity and that feeling of unity really pronounced. Once you hear this track, even on the first listen, it's just, this makes sense because the sound is very consistent, and the fact that he ended it with something that keeps that sound consistent was a really good move. It's a very atmospheric song. The production is very, very Kanye, but it's still original. It's not like a Kanye ripoff, but there are definitely some Kanye influences coming in on this track. The samples, again, just the vocal samples, I can't stress enough how good the vocal samples are. And the moment at the end of this track, and the end of this EP, is just a piano solo, a very jazzy, bluesy kind of thing. And it winds down this feeling of this somber feeling kind of that comes across the whole EP. The feeling and the emotions throughout the songs are very somber while still, being danceable, and very chill and just rubato and flowing. It's really, really a good way to end this EP, and a good way just to instantly make us reflect on how the rest of the EP sounded. So, recap: Garrison Snyder, 9 Lives, self-titled EP. My favorite tracks would probably be Gutter Glitter, Valentine, Have You. My least favorite track would probably be Bed Springs, but that's only because I would have to choose one. I love all the tracks on this EP, but my least favorite to listen to would probably be Bed Springs. Big compliments on this EP. Vocal samples used very well. Again, how natural everything sounds, timing wise. At first it's weird, but this is the kind of music that you have to come into, not with like extremely liberal open mind, but you have to understand that electronic music and all forms of music are evolving, and this is one of those steps in the evolution of the genre. Check out and download the EP for free below. Leave your comments. Tell me if you like this review. Tell me what I should review next. What do you think about this EP? 9 Lives EP. Check 1, 2.